Hi everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. In this video, well, it's been raining and my pasture is like flooded. We have a stream that goes across the pasture, and apparently there's been so much rain that it's flooded the entire pasture almost. I also want to talk about the millennium, the second coming, and win-win situations, because you know, as you know, I've been worried about people that get really stressed out, scared about the second coming, expecting the worst, and I really don't think that that's the right way to go about this. I think that first we need to realize that we've chosen to be on the side of righteousness, and the scriptures themselves say that the righteous don't need to fear. So that's like the very first thing. Okay, as we're getting down here, also want to make sure my cows are okay and they're not drowned. I just saw one of them. Hi you guys. Oh my gosh, this is kind of crazy, huh? You guys doing okay? You look wet. Are you okay? You look wet too. Yeah, don't worry. You'll be able to go out there again once it dries up. Hey, hey, how are you guys? So, no, I don't have a bottle. You're done with the bottle, if that's what you're expecting. You're done with the bottle. So anyway, don't fear. And I feel like this is just like a general life skill, is turning every situation into a win-win situation. And what I mean by that is that any given situation, you can figure out a way that you win one way or the other. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's never been this flooded before. Holy cow. And it's a good thing that I mowed yesterday. I mowed just in time. You guys gonna come with me? We just got them weaned off the bottle. I think that he's trying to get a bottle from me. He's looking at my leg. Whew, this water is cold. Oh, this is great. It's been flooded before, but not this bad. See, so I mean, this is like a really poor example, but like, you know, I could be upset about this for some reason, which I don't know why I would be, or I could look at it like, wow, we got a lot of rain and it's going to help out the pasture, it's going to help out the garden, you know. Okay, that's a really bad example, but when it comes to the second coming and horrible things that are happening, you can look at it as horrible things, or you can look at it as, hey, these are signs that we're almost there. We're almost to the millennium, because that's really what we're all excited for, isn't it? We're excited for Christ to be back, to see him, and then we're excited for an incredible era of peace and happiness and prosperity. So just turn it into a win-win situation. And on the flip side, if you're wanting the second coming maybe a little bit too much, to where, I don't know what that pink thing is over there. It looks like a bag, sleeping bag maybe. Anyway, if you find yourself that you want the second coming to happen really bad and you're so tired of this world, well, turn it into a win-win situation where, you know, maybe it's okay that it hasn't happened yet. Maybe there's things that you want to get done before it becomes the millennium, you know? Because I don't know that anyone really knows what it's going to be like, you know, but, you know, I look at my homestead here and I think about all the different goals and things that I want to accomplish with the homestead, and maybe even go get a new, buy a new property, a larger property, and have more of these. You know, so if I have time to do that, if I have time to achieve those goals, then I win. And then if the millennium happens before any of that happens, I win again. So it's a win-win situation. So just, you know, I don't think that we should be, I know this is really great. I'm in my Crocs right now. They're not my Crocs, it's my wife's Crocs, but I didn't want to get my socks wet. I hate wet socks. Okay, let's go this way. Let's go check on the chicks and the turkeys. We brought our chicks outside, and the turkeys, not outside, but they're in the coop, but we haven't let them out of the coop yet because we have some predators here. Like we have well, there's actually a number of different predators, and so we wanted them to be able to at least roost on the roosting bars so that we could just leave the chicken coop open all night, because it works as long as they're able to get up off the ground. We haven't had any problems with predators being able to get them. So once they're big enough to where they can do that, we're going to open up the coop, and then we'll have a flock outside again. Ew. Gross over here. Okay. Hello. How is everybody? Let me close this really quick. I'll turn on the... Right now we have a heat lamp that's connected to the light. So, come on. There we go. Here's our chicks. They're getting bigger. They're all, at this point, fully feathered. They're not full grown, so after the chick stage, before you call them a hen or a rooster, hens, before they lay their first eggs, are called pullets, and roosters are cockerels. So that's what we have at this point. We have the pullets and cockerels, and then we have our 3 turkeys. How you guys? And turkeys are pretty social. They like you being around. They'll follow you. Well, it depends. If they grow up around people and they learn to trust people, then they'll follow you. Otherwise, they'll just kind of run away or stay away from you. But anyway, looks like everyone in here is doing okay. We have this like netting set up where you see this netting right here. We have that closed up so no predators can get in here for now. But once, like I said, once they're able to roost on the roosting bars right there, we're going to take the netting off, and that's how we feed the cows their grain. It's like it's a trough, it's a chute. In fact, I'm going to give them some grain right now. Give them their grain for the day. Bear with me. Gosh, kind of hard to do one-handed. Scoop. Okay, I gotta open this up. Come out here. Okay, here you guys. Over here. There you go. Okay, put the scoop back. You guys, I don't know what you're doing. It didn't look good. All right, let's go outside. I'm gonna go wash my feet off. And then probably end this video by going and checking on the fig tree, because we thought that our fig tree was dead. It took forever before it put out any leaves. Oh, this is nasty right here. There's poop and stuff like that. So anyway, I think the right way to go about doing things is simply be excited, watch for the signs of the times, don't be afraid, and don't be overly, you know, wanting to leave this current state of our world, because there's still a lot of good things that can happen here, you know. And once it's gone, it's gone. It's not coming back. The earth is never going back into this. Hey, don't you want to go eat your grain? Don't you want to go eat your grain? Zero's gonna eat it all. So, you know, let's just enjoy it while it lasts. Just how I think that we're going to be the first generation to, you know, meet the Savior, usher in the millennium. On the flip side, we're also going to be the last ones to experience this fallen world. You know, I know that like at the end of the millennium, there's going to be like a final conflict. But even then, I don't think that the world is going back into a celestial state like it is now. If it is, then I haven't seen anything that really supports that idea. Hold on for a second. Let me close this up. Sorry, hold on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's go up to the garden and check that out. So anyway, the fact of the matter is, I think that we're going to be the last ones that experience this type of world in its fullness, in its entirety. So even though we all hate it, I think that we should enjoy it while it lasts. Get this experience. When I say enjoy, I mean just get the experience of it. Enjoy the experience. It's just like the army. Like, you go to boot camp, and boot camp isn't really entirely enjoyable. Well, it actually kind of is. It's different from what I thought it would be, but there were parts that I enjoyed and parts that definitely really sucked. But even back then, the right frame of mind was just to enjoy it, because you weren't going to have another experience like that again. Even in the regular army, you know, it's a one-time experience. It's boot camp. And there's good things at boot camp, a lot of crappy things in boot camp, but you can turn it into an enjoyable experience. So here's our garden. My wife is using something called the Ruth Stout method that involves laying down a bunch of hay. And I can't remember exactly what it is that she planted. I wish she was out here, but here's like the first of it, and then I think there's something else going. I don't know. Maybe that's just a weed or grass, I don't know. Anyway, we got it started. And then back here, we have our fruit trees. We have a peach tree, a plum tree, a couple other trees that unfortunately died. And then at the very end, our fig tree. So this one right here is our peach tree. And it's already produced one peach, but something ate it. We just kind of left it alone because it wasn't really ripe or anything. But you can see the peach tree is doing good. The plum tree is doing good. Which, I don't know, we might have to, you know, get one of those like poles or something like that to help it grow upright. And then over here, so we're gonna buy 2 more trees to make up for these 2 that died. I think the other ones was an apple tree, and I can't remember the other one. But here's our little fig tree. In an earlier video, someone recommended, like, because before it was just like these twigs that were poking up, and so they were like, well, scratch it, get under the surface to see if it's green. If it's not, if it is, then it may just not have woken up yet for spring. And we did that, and it was brown. So I don't know if we just like didn't dig deep enough, but as you can see, it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves. You know, you recognize those leaves? The shape of those leaves from anywhere? It's really cool. The fig tree is one of the different things that is a symbol of Israel. And so it makes me really happy to have one on our property. Yeah. It's a nice morning. We're not having thunderstorms. It's not that type of rain and storm. I haven't checked the weather, but I think it's because there's a warm front moving through, which are usually responsible for these kind of this kind of rain. There's a science behind that, but that's not the point of this channel. My back is hurting just walking around because I have a bad back. But we signed back up for the gym. Took a little break because it's a long story. It was an accident, but we're signed back up. Gonna go back to the gym, strengthen my back and core muscles so my back doesn't hurt so much all the time doing the simplest things. Anyway, that's my thought for today. Just do what you can. Turn everything in life into a win-win situation. You know, you might want one thing to be the final outcome, but find and figure out how you win the other way. And then by doing that, you never lose. You never lose. All right, that's gonna be it for this one. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you liked it, leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Also make sure to share it, and I'll talk to you guys later.